Hi, so for my pencast today, I have homework 1, problem 37. So it states an opera singer in a convertible sings a note at 600 hertz while cruising down the highway at 90 kilometers per hour. What is the frequency heard by A person standing beside the road in the front of the car, and B, a person on the ground behind the car? So this is my little person A and little person B. So we're going to start with the unknown since the picture's already drawn. And we know that the frequency of the singer is 600 hertz. And we know that the vehicle is driving at 90 kilometers per hour, which can be converted to meters per second. So we just multiply by 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer. 1 hour over 60 minutes, 1 minute over 60 seconds. And when you do all that math, it is 25 meters per second. So that goes into 25 meters per second. And then we know the velocity of sound is 343 meters per second. Okay, for the unknowns, we know the frequency, we don't know the frequency of the person standing in front of the car, which would be our F plus because the source is coming towards that person. So that's F plus. And then we don't know the frequency heard by the person behind the car, which would be F minus because the source is going away from that person. So we look at our equations and we find, to find the frequency of the person standing beside the road in front of the car, that would be F plus equals the frequency of the singer divided by 1 minus velocity of the car over velocity of sound, which once you plug everything in, looks like this. Which equals to 647.169, which we just round up to 650 hertz. And then we look back at our equations to see what would be the frequency of the person behind the source, and that would be F minus equals frequency of the source over 1 plus velocity of the car over velocity of the sound, which looks like this once we plug everything in. Which equals 559.24, which can be rounded to 560 hertz. Okay. So now we look back to make sure this would make sense. And the frequency of the person standing in front of the car, which would be this person, is 650, which is larger than the actual frequency, which makes sense. And then the frequency of the person standing behind the car is 560, which is less than the actual frequency of 600, which also makes sense. So that is my pencast.